All right, everyone. This is going to be part 4 for finishing up the snow globe. So I'm painting the bottom part here, and I wanted to remind you that when you're painting in, you want to try to show that this is 3D and that this area that I'm painting right now is curving away from you. And so I'm going to make it darker on the edges. So just remember, on your snow globe, make it darker on the edge and it's going to be lighter in the middle. Same with like all these spots. You can see where it's pretty dark. So what I'm going to do is take my white now, my white paint after I painted it in with the blue. And while that paint is still a little bit wet, I'm going to mix it in so I get a more even gradation of color right there. Okay. And I still want it darker on the edge and lighter in the middle. Okay, so if it got too, let's say it got a little too like even right there where it's too dark, I'm going to just blot it. Okay, make it a little lighter. Okay, and then just use my brush really lightly, just sort of blend it in, blot it so that it's lighter in the middle. Okay, be just really careful using too much water, and don't rub with this. Definitely just blot, don't rub, or it's going to tear up the paper. Okay, all right, so it's a little bit darker on the edges and now it's getting lighter towards the middle. See that? Okay. All right, and now we're going to do the reflection. So this has to be completely dry. And on the darker side, I'm going to add a white reflection. So I'm going to take my pure white paint, I'm just going to mix it right here, okay, because I want it really solid. And I am going to paint not to the edge, but a little ways away from the edge, and I'm going to follow that same curve, okay, just like that. Now I could leave it, okay. I could also put another one on the other side if I wanted to, okay, just like that. Okay, and you could leave it the reflection, okay, simple, or I can go further and I can make this reflection a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm trying to show that this is a spherical object, I'm going to curve that white part right there, and then I'm going to keep that same curve as I painted before. And then when I end it, I also want to curve the end just like that. And you can see where it's uneven, so I want to make sure that this is all painted in nice and solid. Okay? All right. And then what I'm going to do is, let's say there was a window reflection right here. I'm going to paint maybe like a triangle kind of shape. Just remember to keep the curve going. The curve has to happen. Otherwise, you're going to lose that three-dimensional effect. Okay, and let's say I want another one on this side. So keeping the curve going, I have to curve this way as well as curve this way. That's why I have to curve it right there on this line, right here on this line, and it has to keep the outside shape. Okay, all right, and there's my reflection. Okay, let's see, I want to get this one a little more solid, because in order for it to really look like a reflection, it has to be pure white, okay? Because if any colors mix into it, it's not going to look like a reflection. So you can let this dry and paint it again. If it didn't turn out as white as you wanted to, or you need to straighten up the lines or whatever you need to do, okay, you can let this dry, paint it again a second time. Because as the paint dries, it will become more transparent. So I usually go back and I paint the reflections twice. Okay, so there's the reflections, and then whatever kind of detail you want to add, like if you want to add a design down here or fix up, any other part, that's fine. But that is it for our snow globe.